Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back again with the usual, another box of records. Um, it's been, I think, about 8 months since I posted or put a video up on YouTube. That's because I actually got a new job and I moved about 45 minutes away from, my parents' house where I was living. And So yeah, a lot of life changes, life events happened last few months. Moved out. I'm working at a really good place. I really like my job where I work, and yeah, life's really good. But I unfortunately a lot of my pretty much all of my records and most of my machines are still back. Um, Still back at my parents' place, but I do I do have space here where I'm living now, and to continue working on phonographs and buying records and all that. And I'll move some stuff over gradually as time goes on a little bit more, but it's kind of it hasn't really been my main focus, but yeah, I've been kind of hoping to get back into YouTube, and I actually got my hands on a really nice lot of early 78s that I wanted to open on camera. I was very excited for it. I already took it out of the box. The box was just completely covered in duct tape. I mean, it was one of those you had to cut open and tear. But anyways, now we got all this bubble wrap to play with. He taped this box too underneath the bubble wrap. Whoever packed this did a very fine job of it, and I definitely paid a little bit more than I would have liked to for shipping, but I suppose it was worth it as long as there's no broken records. As you can see, the boxes, they come in a box, a case apparently, and it looks to be taped. So I'll come back once I get this all the way opened. I didn't realize it was taped or there's a bag over it. Okay, so we got this the rest of the way open. There should be about 50 records in here. I saw some pictures of the labels, some of the labels that are in here, which is why I even purchased this or wanted to. So I'm very excited. There's a lot of, I think, at least pre-1910 stuff in here. I don't know if I'll save the case or not. It doesn't even have the lid attached, but that's okay. That's not why I bought this. Like I said, he packed this very, very well. He put, a lot of time and care into packaging these. It's like this first one here, I can already tell it's blank. This is a Victor Grand Prize record. So that's always good. Probably 1905 or so. I don't know if there's a tag on the back. Oh, yes, there is. These are usually pretty close. This says, I don't know if I can really focus on it, February 1st of 1907. Down there at the bottom, so that should be pretty close. This next one I think is the same. Collins and Harlan. There's another one down in here too. This one's smaller. Ooh, okay. Marching Through Georgia by J.W. Myers. This might be an older take maybe. Sweet, really cool. I think this is an 8-inch disc. Yes, Victor 8-inch record. This one has July 1st, 1906 on the tag, on the sales tag. And these puppies cost 35 cents each for the 8-inch discs. Oh, I'm very excited to see what else is in here. My Gal Irene by Collins and Harlan. there's another smaller one in here. Sauerkraut is Bully by George P. Watson. So we got a German piece in here. Let's see, what else? There's another 8-inch. Holy cow. Two Rubes in a Tavern by Collins and Harlan. By Rubes, I believe they mean like country folk. So I'm sure they have all sorts of country references and whatnot. Someone drew a horse on this sleeve deal. Oh, that's cool. And a little child shall lead them. Wonder if that's a title that's in here. Yeah, someone drew on these cardboard sleeves in the box here. Man, I'm really bad at reading cursive. This is definitely a generational problem, is being able to read cursive well. Interesting. I'll put that back about where I found it. Something else I really enjoy about hunting through old crates like this too is you'll never know what else might just happen to be in here. Like, there's an old, you can tell it's old, Post Toasties Cornflakes with a free film processing offer. So these records were definitely packed away a very long time ago. Just like some 78s I found that were wrapped in newspaper from, I think, the late 80s. It's always very interesting. Or hell, even I found some 78s that were wrapped in newspaper from 1948. It's just incredible how well preserved, and people even took care of things that they weren't going to use. And this is part of the reason I was excited. There are a few Zonophones in here. I don't have a lot of Zonophone records, so this will be nice. 1907 Melody Two-Step by the Zonophone Orchestra. This other side is I'd Like to Meet Your Father, another two-step. Very nice. So I'll kind of just pile them all up in one pile for now. I don't have a lot of space. This one, I think I'm looking at all these from the back. Oh, this is an Oxford Silver Bell by Stanley and Burr. So far, these are all, like pre-1910 recordings. The Baptizing at Hickory Corners by Cal Stewart. This must be an Uncle Josh story about a baptizing on a Victor Monarch record. So this is probably, if I had to guess, about 1903 or 04. And yeah, the tag on the back says January 1st. I wish I could focus on that better. January 1st of 1904. This cost $1 each. $1 a piece for these. Which I imagine, I forget the math, but it was probably a considerable amount. Another Zonophone. Song by Fred Lambert. Orchestra accompaniment. When you've got no other place to go than Home Sweet Home. I'm assuming he's not associated with Lambert Records, but I could be wrong. Lambert was a record company in the early 1900s, 06 to 09, I believe, off the top of my head. But they were one of the first companies, maybe the first company to make plastic cylinder records. Their records were made out of celluloid, which Edison eventually sort of copied their idea, and he made his own plastic or celluloid records. Another Collins and Harlan record, and these are all in fairly nice shape too. They look a little dirty, but there's not like any big nicks or scratches or cracks at all on any of these so far, which is great. Just sort of normal wear. What you would expect from a record that's 120 some years old. Here's a Columbia recording, Nearer My God to Thee, and thank goodness it's not cracked, but it's got a little indentation there. I wonder if there's a year or anything on the back of this. Oh, well. Yeah, this one's barely hanging in there. You can see along the back side it's starting to crack. It got dented at some point, but I don't know if I would play it, but it definitely could still be played. I'll have to be very gentle with that one, just to not destroy it. Brother Noah Gave Out Checks for Rain by Arthur Collins. This is a baseball-related song. I'll have to put some of these up on YouTube. I need to get back into doing that. This one I saw a picture of too. There were a few, at least one of these Victor home recording discs. This side's, there's a recording on each side. There's no writing on here. But on here, and this is probably from the 30s, maybe the 40s if I had to guess. Words, and this is Exiled by Ray Woods, recorded on September 13th, 1938. Oh, yes, so it's from the 30s. Words by Violet and can't really tell what it says. McLeod Moore. Music by Richard Brothers. I'll have to see if I can play that at some point. So this is probably an only copy, if I had to guess. Someone just recorded this at one point. So yeah, that definitely deserves to be preserved. I don't run across those. Actually, I don't think I've ever ran across one of those tiny Victor recording discs like that. It's usually one of those Wilcox ones. Here's another 8-inch. I'm Old But Awfully Tough by Cal Stewart. Laughing song. What it's described as. We've got another one. Holy cow, there are a lot of 8 inches in here. Ooh, we have Idaho by Billy Murray. This is a cowboy song, as it describes. That's incredible. There's a lot of 8-inch Victors in here. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. I like seeing that. Look. Ooh. Ooh. This is really cool. Whew. I know these are very rare. I can't didn't expect to find one. So you can see it's pretty worn. It's it would be cracked. This is just such a neat piece to have anyway. So this is a Victor Monarch record with the I can't think of what it's called right now, like the kilt sort of design over top. And it's a Victor Monarch record, and I can barely make it out, but it says The Maple Leaf by the Kilties Band. And you can see in the dead wax, I don't know if I can pick it up on camera, but at least if you look in the light just right, you can make out 7/19/02. So, July 19th of 1902 must have been when this was recorded, and it looks like, and you can make out a signature too in the dead wax. And yes, this is the right record, 1487. You can see 1487 up here in the dead wax. This might just be one I framed. There's no sales tag or anything on the back. So this is just an excellent find. I'm kind of blown away. This is really an incredible. It's just such a cool record. I'm just so blown away. I might not sound like it. I'm trying to be a little quiet. It's kind of late at night. I don't want to wake the neighbors with my excitement, but that's a great find. I wish it wasn't cracked, but I'm just happy to be able to hold one of those anyway. Let's keep searching here. Keep losing my spot every time. We have another Victor Grand Prize. Take Me Where There's a Big Brass Band by Billy Murray and the Haydn Quartet. A lot of popular music in here from that era. Blue Jackets March, Arthur Pryor's band. Ooh, American Beauties March by Arthur Pryor's band. This looks like another Victor. Mandy and Her Man by Miss Jones and Mr. Spencer. This is a descriptive specialty talking about Mandy and her man. I think there was one more in front of that one. Yes. In front of this one? No. Let's see here. Oh, this is a sort of a later Victor, about 1911 or 12. Barney McGee by Ada Jones. And then I'm tying the leaves so they won't come down. Byron G. Harlan. That's a double-sided Victor record. It's another single-sided. Uncle Josh Weathersby and the Lightning Rod by Cal Stewart on a Victor Monarch. Ooh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah. If you look in the lighting, you can see reflection underneath the label where Cal Stewart, or someone at least, signed the dead wax. Signed the title and everything into the dead wax. That is super neat. And once again, there is no sales tag on the back of that one. So that might be early enough. Maybe at some point, I guess I never really thought about it, maybe at some point on the earlier Victors they didn't put a sales tag. I don't know. That is super neat. And this is The Holy City Part 1, Harry McDonough. And now that I'm looking at that too, since this is a Monarch, this is number 667, this might even have an announcement at the beginning. In the early days, they would announce what the song is at the beginning of the record. They did away with that around 1903, I believe, on disc records, but it continued for cylinders for years. But if you look at this one, you can see that the number is down. The record number is down beneath the title. Well, on this one, you can see that 667 is right underneath the spindle hole. So that's just interesting. I don't know how early. I guess I don't know how exactly when the Monarch label started as far as numbers, but as far as record numbers, but maybe must be an early Monarch. Melody of German Waltzes by J.J. Kimmel. I believe this is a xylophone piece then. Oh, accordion solo. This is an accordion piece then. The Irish Boy by J.J. Kimmel. Very excited to get some Zonophones. I don't have very many. Oops. We got another Zonophone. Ooh, we got some minstrels. Rambler Minstrels number 9. Collins, Harlan, Murray, and Porter. And then we got Rambler Minstrels number 10. If I could have all the Rambler Minstrel records in one set, that would be so cool. We have Uncle Josh on a Streetcar by Cal Stewart. Another 8-inch. This is such an awesome lot. I haven't gotten a lot like this quality, excuse me, in a while. This is cool. This is, I think about 1908 or so, maybe. But this is a foreign piece. This is a whistling solo. I might even have one that's really close in serial number. I think I have 52,000, I think is what I have. This is 52,007. But that little crown stamp up there next to the number on the dead wax, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little crown molded in there, a little crown stamped in there. I believe that means it's a foreign recording, imported. And also has that beautiful, the Berliner gramophone angel on the back. So that's really cool. Yes, February 1st of 1908 is what it says on the sales tag on this record. This is a whistling solo. Yeah, this is such a high quality lot. I haven't gotten one like this in a while. Shoulder Arms March. Oh, look at that. And A Little Child Shall Lead Them by Byron G. Harlan, which is also, that must have been saving the spot of this record on the, it was written on one of these dividers that we saw earlier. I guess I haven't really been paying attention, but I haven't seen any more drawings or anything. We have another 8-inch. Ooh, this is a Billy Golden piece. Ciceretta's Visit to the North by Billy Golden. So it must be a woman, southern woman it sounds like, visiting the North. Around 40-ish years after the Civil War. Ring the Bells of Heaven, the Haydn Quartet. I have a nice, very nice stack of Victor 8-inch records here now. Incredible. I've more than doubled what I had before I opened this box. Another march by Arthur Pryor's band. There's some excellent stuff in here, and I hope my camera holds up for all of it. I'll try to go a little bit quicker. I don't mean it to be a super long video, but for people that enjoy watching old records be unboxed, I'm sure it's good. When the Roll is Called Up Yonder. That one I think I have a couple other copies of that particular song. Peaches and Cream by Miss Jones and Mr. Spencer. I think I have that record, that Victor Grand Prize already. Thinking about it, there are so many of these Grand Prize records in here. Pop Goes the Weasel medley by Charles Dalmain. Okay, we're getting towards close to the end. Patrol of the Scouts by Vessel Osmans. This is a banjo piece. There we go. Huh. You know, I never knew that Seuss's band would have recorded The Preacher and the Bear. That's certainly an interesting one. I had no idea. The Preacher and the Bear by Seuss's band. Interesting. Usually that's just a record sung by Arthur Collins. That was like his signature piece. Pedro the Hand Organ Man, Miss Jones and Mr. Spencer. Maybe we'll start from the back and work our way forward. Here's another one of these Victor Monarchs. Hiawatha by the Royal Marine Band of Italy. Doesn't appear to be a sales tag on the back either. Okay. Ooh, look at this. We have another Victor Monarch with the number right beneath the spindle hole. And this is Uncle Josh Weathersby on a Bicycle by Cal Stewart. No sales tag. Very, very neat. And this is only, I think, 2 numbers off of that other one we found earlier. And this is very neat. I just noticed this. This must have been where these records... these records came from Iowa. Gosh, I'm not good at reading cursive. But there's still writing on some of these here. But yeah, Baum's Bakery, 513 Jefferson Street, Burlington, Iowa. These records came from Iowa. I don't know if they were from Burlington or where all these came from, but kind of just gives you an idea. It's neat to see what's left behind and what still exists. This is a good record. Another cowboy song, Cheyenne by Billy Murray. Very good piece, 1905, I believe. Another Zonophone, Set Them Up in the Other Alley, Arthur Collins and Byron G. Harlan. I wonder if that song has something to do with bowling. Oh, You Loving Gal, once again, Collins and Harlan. Super good stuff in here. The Blue Danube by Pryor's Orchestra on a Victor 8-inch. That's a good title. I'll have to give that a play. We have more Please Unpack at Once. I can't really read it. Oh, yeah, Silver Bells. This must have been where the divider that was saving the spot is Silver Bell. Oh, yep, and then here's the sleeve for that Victor recording blank. Someone did a bunch of math on it, but that's okay. So I'll have to put that with that recording record, home recording. Dixie Dan by Arthur Collins. Look at this. For better merchandise for less money, the Royal Cloak Company, women's good clothes, Burlington, Davenport, Keokuk. I know where Burlington, Davenport are, but I've never heard of the last one. And this is the Maple Leaf. The Maple Leaf Forever is this they wrote on that sleeve. And this is He Lifted Me by the Haydn Quartet. I just kind of want to go through here. There's still, I think, another record or two, but I want to see if there's anything else interesting that was drawn, or see, like, someone drew. I'm definitely keeping this box, too. I just am bad at reading cursive. What can I say? Generational problems. Miss someone, and they drew whoever that is. Teacher, someone perhaps. Just before the battle mother. Here's 2 records right next to each other. How Matt Got the Mitten, and God Be With You Till We Meet Again by the Haydn Quartet. An excellent lot of records. Mother Hasn't Spoke to Father Since by Billy Murray. Must have gotten into an argument. Just looking through, let's see, I didn't see any more drawings, but figure maybe I at least give it a look. But yeah, this lot is completely blown me away. I have a good, there's excellent titles in here, and the fact that most of this stuff was pre-1910 blew me away. Rarely, hardly ever will you, well, maybe not hardly ever, but it's becoming increasingly hard to find these records just like this, preserved in a crate, sitting there for 100 years, just out in the wild. Especially since we have recordings in here from about 1902. It's hard to believe that they're that old, and they were so well preserved, just sitting there forever. Looking to... Oh, see, we did miss one. I thought so. Parodies on Popular Songs by Billy Murray. I think that's about it now, but now that I found that one, I have myself second guessing here. And as you can see, the bottom, doesn't look to be any paper or anything left on the bottom. It's just the crate. It's kind of interesting. They had these Decca sleeves scattered in here throughout the box. So they must have maybe bought records, some more modern records later on in the 30s, or 40s. Wonder what happened to those. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was really anything else in here. Yep, once again, 48 Hiawatha. So they were writing on the dividers what titles would be, where they could find whatever title. Fascinating. Yeah, I love this hobby so much. This is such a cool, interesting hobby. And you find so many treasures. Even, such unexpected ones. Stuff, old pieces of advertising or drawings and things that people made. It's just kind of funny how someone probably drew that when they were younger, Little girl drew a picture that... I probably can't find it now, but little girl drew a picture of that woman, or that horse from earlier, and she lived her whole life. And one thing, or maybe she's still living, she might be a very old woman by now, but, some things just stay as they are, and this is one of those things. Some things are just preserved. You forget they're there, you forget about them, or you might look back 30 years later, oh, I forgot about this, and it's a nice memory, and then you put it back in the box, and it becomes a memory for someone else. So yeah, that's an amazing lot of records. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me go through these, and I'll try to post more if I can. But until then, take care, and hopefully more to come. Bye.